This K-pop group isn't globally popular, but for those who found them, can never forget them. The music, memories, moments that matter. They stood for something simple, to become stars in the hearts of their fans. Even now, the stars are still there. This is ASTRO. ASTRO debuted in February 2016 with Hide and Seek, and to those discovering them, it felt like spring had arrived early. For the fans, it didn't feel like watching something unfamiliar. It felt like finally finding where they belonged. The music video, bright and full of wonder, made even casual viewers pause. There was something refreshingly genuine about them, something that couldn't be trained or forced. Later that year, Breathless carried their momentum forward, more like 6 friends inviting fans to grow and be part of their journey. Just by their performances, you could see the trust in the way they looked at each other on stage, the way they passed energy through glances and smiles. These weren't roles they play, but reflections of who they really were. The name ASTRO, meaning star in Spanish, started to make sense, not because they were rising quickly, but because they reminded you what stars do. They shine in the dark. The group chose it to reflect their dream of becoming stars in the hearts of their fans, shining brightly not just in the industry, but in the everyday lives of those who supported them. With their debut mini-albums Spring Up in 2016 and follow-ups like Summer Vibes and Autumn Story, ASTRO showed their standard. They were offering something rare, sincerity. Their choreography felt like daydreams made real. Their voices carried a warmth that never felt manufactured. 2017's Baby captured all of that perfectly. Joyful on the surface, but deeply thoughtful underneath. It was a song about love, but also about learning how to express care honestly. A few songs later, Crazy Sexy Cool dropped. Crazy Sexy Cool, as the title track of their 5th mini-album, called Dream Part 2, it added a new shade to their discography. Sleek, charismatic, and smooth confidence to their discography. It hinted that ASTRO could evolve sonically and conceptually, while still staying grounded in who they were. While their songs was still echoing in fans' hearts, Yoonwoo's acting career began to blossom around the same time. In 2018, his role in My ID is Gangnam Beauty became a shared win for the group. It proved that ASTRO could support each other's dreams without drifting apart. Behind the scenes, they were learning balance between personal growth and group unity, between being artists and being brothers. It wasn't effortless, and that's exactly what made it meaningful. Every step forward came with its own challenges, but their commitment to growing together made each moment resonate even deeper. 2018 marked a turning point. Always You brought a more emotional sound, signaling maturity. The bright tones of their early releases began to mix with a deeper palette. MJ's vocals soared higher, and Sanha's voice began to find its own texture. You could feel their confidence settling in. Not as ego, but as reward. Their hard work began to pay off, and the world slowly started to take notice. Later in 2019, Blue Flame emerged. With a sleek, darker edge, it didn't feel like a rebrand. It felt like a natural progression, a deepening of their identity and a mirror of the people they were growing into. No longer simply defined by the idol label, they were artists growing into their own voices, learning to tell harder truths, more personal stories, through melody and movement that spoke directly from the heart. Then came All Night. A song that felt like it was made for late hours and long thoughts. It became a fan anthem, not because of hype, but because it felt like a conversation. Like ASTRO knew what fans were going through and built a space where it was okay to feel everything at once. By now, their concerts had evolved into something more. Their concerts felt like a family reunion with their fandom, AROHA. Members teasing each other, laughing, crying. Every stage felt less like a show and more like a shared memory being created in real time, and fans loves them for it. By 2020, songs like Knock and No, I Don't showed that growth was constant, but it was the All Yours album in 2021 that truly marked a creative breakthrough for ASTRO. Tracks like Butterfly Effect and Someone Else became safe havens for fans. The lyrics didn't shy away from pain, but they never abandoned hope. By this time, they learned how to hold space for each other. When one faltered, the others shifted seamlessly. When MJ struggled vocally, they rebalanced songs without hesitation. When schedules clashed, they filled in without resentment, leaning on each other. Through every step, they moved as a unit, unshaken by the pressure around them. Even in private moments, the late-night rehearsals, the messy waiting rooms, they chose each other. That quiet, continuous decision to stand beside one another even when no one was watching became the heartbeat of their story. And that's what made it powerful. That's what made them ASTRO. And after everything they had built, by mid-2020, everything changed. The pandemic separated the world, but ASTRO found a way to keep the connection alive. Online concerts became lifelines. ASTRO didn't just stream performances, they made those moments feel intentional, like personal visits to every AROHA screen. From playful cooking live streams to quiet Q&A sessions, they brought comfort in a time of disconnection. As if the group was trying to tell AROHA, we're still here with you. Even if the world feels distant, we haven't gone anywhere. The track One
We come as one.
from All Yours in 2021 embodied that unity. A reminder that even when apart, they were still together. And their unity extended beyond performance, it lived in their spirit. ASTRO didn't try to outshine one another. They understood that sometimes just staying present was the bravest thing to do. And for many fans going through hard times, that was everything. When the world was quiet, ASTRO shines through. Then 2023 brought an ache that words can't carry. The heartbreaking loss of Moonbin. A kind of loss that rearranged everything. For ASTRO, it wasn't something they could prepare for. It was something they could only move through, step by step, side by side. In the days that followed, everything slowed down. Time felt heavier. Messages from fans flooded the silence. ASTRO didn't rush to fill the void. They allowed space for heartbreak. They allowed space for stillness, responding with quiet strength, with presence, with memory, with love. Drive to the Starry Road was intended as a hopeful and forward-facing album. But in the wake of their grief, it became something even more poignant. That album was their last full group comeback. Released just months before they lost a star, now felt like a farewell written in stardust. Later that year, their sorrow found a softer voice in the form of a song titled Moon, a melody that carried all the things they couldn't say out loud. Through its lyrics and the silence between them, ASTRO didn't just find a way to say goodbye. They found a way to stay close, to remind AROHA that some bonds don't break, a way for fans and members alike to grieve, remember, and keep going. Even after the silence, ASTRO continued, slowly showing presence. Each member has since taken their own path. Their story didn't end, it simply changed shape. Today, ASTRO's light lives everywhere. In the small comforts they've left behind, their music, their memories, their quiet strength that still resonates with fans around the world. And in the quiet trace, Moonbin left behind, a presence that lingers not as sorrow, but as a gentle light fans still carry with them. ASTRO was never about dominance. They were about grace, about the quiet courage of showing up for each other again and again. Their story isn't over because it was never just about stages. It's all the quiet passing moments that reached into people's hearts, moments that reminded them they weren't alone in the world. And when people look up at the stars, They won't just see constellations. They'll see laughter shared in the dark, unspoken moments of closeness, songs sung when words weren't enough. For AROHAs, ASTRO will always be more than a group. There'll be a memory, a message, a feeling that lingers. Because the stars, they're still there, and they always will be. ASTRO dared to be bold, will you?